Going on the road. Going on the road. Going on the road with Harley and Mona. RV broke.
Let's go see what Harley's doing outside. Hey, what you doing?
Well, sweating.
Oh, yes.
It's 87 degrees today. Take my earplugs out. So I got this Hydralift for the back of the motorhome. I bought it used, and it comes with these brackets, and somebody had these other brackets welded on for the application. So this one on the Eagle, it has to be higher up. So the frame is going to be right here. And then it already had frame holes in the frame, and I didn't want to re-drill the frame. So I took these plates, came off the top of the frame. Okay, the trailer hitch was on there, and the frame was here, and then this was on top of it. So now I've matched these, I've drilled these holes to match these holes here. So now the bolts will go through the frame, and this will be on top of the frame like it originally was, and this will go here. And then this is actually, that's for the other side. So that sticks out behind the bumper. And so this will be, okay, this is front. Okay, so this will be this way right here, because this is the front of the motorhome. And so I'm gonna weld this on here. And we don't really have, my friend Jerry's not here.
True.
So I have to, we have a welder at work, but it's just a MIG welder. So I'm gonna get everything set up and tack weld it to where it needs to be, and I'll take it to a Walker Manufacturing Willie's shop and have them weld it with a big like 70-18 with some low hydrogen heavy rod, and weld it on. And then all I need to do is bolt this up behind the motorhome, and then the hitch is on. Because I'll show you this.
Here, why don't you just take that and then you can...
Okay, I'll show you what I did the other day. Is I put the hydraulic unit in, I fabricated a mount, and I wired it into the same. This is for our leveling system, and it has power for the solenoid there. So what I did is I wired this one. I made these mounts here. I took an angle iron, and one had to be a little longer than the other one, and so I could mount this level. So there's a hose that comes over here that goes to the Hydralift, and then here's a remote control, and that runs the Hydralift. This has got a long cable, so I have to make a thing to hang the cable on. Or what I might, this is an earlier version. The newer ones have a pigtail that wires from here to the back, and it's just a plug-in like a trailer hitch. So I might do that with this because there's only 3 wires. And so that's what I did the other day. I fabricated this, and I took the trailer hitch off the other day. That goes underneath here. So these mounts here, hold this and I'll get that heavy. So I'll show you the gist of it.
The gist of it.
So you get some kind of understanding. The frame is right here. So these will be right here.
Let me go around that.
No, this is good right here. And that's how it's going to sit.
Oh, okay.
And then, because I got that plate welded on, this will be bolted on here. And then it gets bolted on, and then the hitch gets bolted here, and then the Hydralift sits right there.
Okay.
Before, what I had to cut off is because it sat 2 inches lower, and 1, it would probably drag the ground, and 2, it would probably drag the ground. Well, it would be pretty low.
Those are two good reasons.
Yeah, and it's not aired up right now. The bags are down and it's leveled, so it's going to sit higher, because it's probably going to be another couple inches higher. So anyways, this will be right here about. And yeah, I've got a picture of one already on a motorhome like ours, and I'm kind of copying right where they have theirs. That's in the way there. Here's a little bit on this side. Like right there.
Okay.
See, and that's what it'll sit right there. And I'll bolt it up, and it'll be, yeah. and then that stays bolted on. Well, it all stays bolted on. And when you're parked, it's a 1/2-inch plate, so it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it is heavy.
So anyways, when it's parked, that thing will be up and it'll be
Yeah.
out of the way. So that's what I'm doing.
So well, the next time he does any work on the motorhome, then we will try and record that. He's gonna try and do that tomorrow.
And the what?
When you actually attach it to
Yeah.
the motorhome, then we'll record that.
Okay,
So
should be tomorrow.
yeah.
If
So
not, next week sometime. It depends when they can get to it to weld it. They
That's
might
what
have to
we're
wait
doing.
till Monday, so.
oh, I see. So we need to. Oh, okay. So we need
Yeah,
to get it over there to do that.
Yeah, because we just got a wire feed, a little 3/2 wire feed. It's not enough, heavy enough for that. So
Okay.
I'll tack it. I'll get it all in place, tack it, bolt it up, make sure it's low. Because these things, these square tubes have to be level with each other,
Okay.
side by side, and so that's what I'm doing. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. Been working on it 2 days, hard work.
But, you know, the new ones are 5-6 grand.
I know.
And I got this one for 1,500, and
Yeah.
had to go all the way to Salem, Oregon to pick it
Yeah,
up. But
but-
it still comes way out ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah.
All right.
So
So
that's what we're doing.
that's what we're doing.
All right.
Catch you later.
It goes in here, but I can't tighten them up to straight because they're hitting the mud flap. Mud flap doesn't even move now.
Oh wow.
I can switch them right and left and move them in a little bit, and then the mud flap will have a little room to swing. Either that, or I need to trim this back a little bit, right where it's hitting it. Cut a little bit out of the mud flap. Yeah, you can see it's right on the. It's hitting right on the mud flap there. It's a metal bracket.
Wow,
so-
that looks really nice.
Yeah, so I might have to trim that back a little bit, but I've just got them tack welded right now, just for.
Oh, okay.
So I know I didn't want to weld them all up and then find out it's not something didn't work right. Or so maybe I'll switch brackets from right and left and see if I can do that. That'll. Yeah, I think that would work. Let's see why not. Okay.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Next step.
Okay.
Getting there.
I finished these brackets. I decided to weld them myself since I was a welder by trade anyways. So I filmed it earlier, but there was radio playing in the shop. So here's what I did. I added some brackets. I added this bracket here because this plate here that goes on my frame is longer. So I welded this up here, and that was the same thickness as what it originally was. And yeah, I just welded everything up. I added this gusset up here, and I also added this triangular gusset on the back here because I wanted it to be strong enough. And then these were actually bent here a little bit. I had mounted them on there, test fit them, and they were bent in a little bit, so I had to straighten them out. And then one, I'm not sure if this one or the other one, when I put this bracket on there, I didn't have it square to the outside. It was a little tilted, so I had to die grind off the tack welds I had, and I put I think it was the other one, and I put a chisel in there and hammered it and wedged. That was before I had the brackets on, and got it nice and square, and the tack welded it and let it dry, let it cool down, and then pulled the chisels out and then welded it all up. So they're gonna work. And here's the whole hitch, and this gets. Ooh, these are heavy. So these get on the frame like this. This would be this side, and they get wrapped right here, and then this gets bolted to the frame. My frame's already pre-drilled these holes, so I used the existing holes in the frame and I enlarged them, made bigger bolts in there, and that'll work out good. So I kind of wish it was a little bit higher, but I can't get it higher unless I cut the valance on the motorhome and go up. But this will be okay. It's got casters on the bottom in case you bottom out, so it swivels. So we're getting close. I'll bring the other one out. I'm gonna paint it. You know, set the camera up. You watch me paint it, and then when they're painted, we'll let them dry for a couple days, and I'll mount them on the motorhome, and we'll let you know. is a shop I retired out of. Spent 21 years here. We got lots of lifts and hoists. There's another bay on the other side of that wall there too. So, yeah, and that's it. Ciao. I set up this shop years ago before I moved to the other one. There wasn't anything here, and we set it up as a shop. And I worked here for, I think I ran that shop for 3 years, and then I moved next door. So, yeah. Alrighty. Well, my work here is done. Until that paint dries, I'll give it another coat. And yeah, we'll see ya. Oh, man. This is why I don't film. Because you can't film and work at the same time. Okay. All these things were behind me where I was laying on them. I need to get these in here. Okay. I'm on gravel. That's not helping. Okay. Let me see. This one's not going in here for some piece of slag or something. Okay. Let's see. Now, if I can just get it not on here, on one of them. So, regular washer, lock washer, and a nut. There we go. Now, okay, now, so I upped the bolt size to 5/8 from, it was a metric size for the trailer hitch. It's going a smaller size. Okay, I'll have to draw this one in a little bit because it's stuck. Now, okay. Okay. Okay, so you can see where I've, this gusset back here, this was not there because the original one was real short here, was back here. So I made it longer, more strength, and I added a gusset up front too because that's where all the weight's going to be on. So there it is. And then this is where we're going to be on the back of the motorhome. And that square tube thing goes in, and I've got some wheels that hang down here to, and right now the suspension is lowered. I've got the airbags dropped because it's leveled, but when you get it on the road, then it sits higher. It'll sit higher, and the maximum height from here to the ground is 21 inches, and I think I'm going to be probably 18 or so. We'll see. Okay, that's done. Okay, I ran into a little snag. That deal is going to come out to here, so I got to take this exhaust pipe and move it in. So I'll take and I have an adapter on here. I'll pull that adapter out and slide that back, and that'll gain me 6 inches. Okay, let's see. I shortened the pipe up, cut it off, and shoved it in, and I need like 5 1/4 inches. Come here. Oh yeah, I got it, okay. Okay, so I've got a little clearance right here between the pipe. So now I gotta mount this hose. Figure out a way to hold that up there. Sorry about that. And mount this hose here and tie it up with some brackets. Get it up out of the way so it'll go to the hoist or the lift. It's looking good so far. Let me go get a wrench and take that off. Okay, pretty close, like I could slide it on there. Okay, this is what I'm looking at, my clearance here. And on the other side, I think it's going to be good. Let's see. This is what I'm worried about hitting on the tip, so hopefully it'll clear. So I did my measurements. It's pretty close between here and here. Now I put these little covers on, and what I did is I wired the pump the other day, and so I ran the, let's see if I can set this here. I ran the pump just to bleed any air out that was in there. Have to be torqued to 120 foot-pounds and retorqued after 100 miles, so we will do that. Just don't run them down with an impact. I'm just running them down a little bit to get them started, and then I'll camera. Okay, we'll run that one in. I'll run this other one in. This will be a little tough without a forklift. You need several people to help you. Yeah, look at that clearance. Not a lot, but it clears. Okay, so let me see if I can continue tightening these up a little bit. Even more extension. I want that. That's what I want right here. Nice medium-sized extension for the 1/2 inch. This was a hard project. It was hard making those brackets. They actually want them a little higher than what they are, but I really don't have much of a choice unless I cut into the fiberglass here, and I didn't want to do that. So here we go. Now what I want to do is get this thing on here. Oh boy, I made a mess there. A little pressure in there, probably from the heat from the day. It's warmer than when they took it off, or the altitude's different or something. Okay, put this on 120. Sweating. I'm not used to this work. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Let's get air in it yet. Yeah, a little more. Put that down. Get back away from here. Park the forklift. Oh, it looks like I about got it here. So, these handles, there's the locks right here. See the locks there? You're supposed to let it down on the locks. And we'll rest on the locks. That one's down. I'll have to knock on that one a little bit. Then you go up, release the locks. Let it go down. And then get these pins to pull here. These pins slide right back in here, somewhere here. We'll go up with it. Okay. Lock this down. Good deal. Off these pins. So now I'm trying to get this wire, so this will go right here. I take it off of this bracket and bolt it to this bracket, and then I had to cut a couple snap ties off to get me a little more length on this hose here.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
It is. There it is. Pre-drilled these holes so they would go a little easier.
What is that for?
That's for the Jeep, so I could hook a tow the Jeep with it.
Okay, well, yes.
Yeah. So it has to have wires going back to it for braking and everything else. So
it's a wire.
Yeah, that's for electrical. Holder. Yeah, electrical hookup. There was one here, but it was way too small, and so I took the original one that was on here, and I'm just moving it over.
Cool.
We'll have to see. I won't know until we hook up the Jeep, if I can turn without having an extension on it.
Oh.
I have an extension sitting. It's at Steve's place. And it just extends a hitch out. I think it'll be far enough. It's just the only thing is you have to watch on the turns with the bike on it to see if I don't want to have to be not being able to turn.
Right. All right, good deal.
Yeah. It was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work, but it's almost finished.
Yeah, and I saved thousands, so.
Yes, I know. Doing it yourself is priceless. All right.
Okay, I'll show you how it works in a second.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, this comes off. This is, you know, it's actually the Jeep is hooked up to. Okay, so this gets pulled. This gets pulled. These pins come out.
Okay.
I haven't greased the thing yet. And this gets down like this, and the pins go in here. That. I'll just do one just because. Okay, and then this goes all the way to the ground. And you load the
Wow.
motorcycle on it.
Yep.
And then you lift it up.
Okay.
Of course, the hood will be shut for the.
Yes.
And that a little bit more. Oh, that's it. And then this lock goes down, and that locks these things over top of here. And
Okay.
then it goes down. There.
Cool.
Now it's resting on the locks, and the bike will be. Actually, I think I can shut this now.
Wow, that's so nice.
Okay, so let me shut this hood because I'm done there. Then when the bike is on there, the tow bar gets pulled back to about here.
Yep.
So we'll have to see. The Jeep is higher, so I'll probably have to extend it back a little bit, I'm thinking. But we'll see.
All right. Well done.
What do I do with the other pin? And
There she blows.
this goes on here. I've got the 1 foot extension, so. Okay, let me get the pin out of this one here.
All right.
Okay.
What are we doing?
This came off our other one in the trailer. So
Oh,
I
it's
made a
that
little
flip thing.
yeah, so the motorcycle goes in here and it locks the wheel in. And they sell these, but man, I could make one. Because my other one, what am I going to do with it? I mean, it's so the motorcycle drives in, hits this, flips over,
And locks.
yeah, and locks it in place.
Wow.
So I'm looking at it, looks like it's on an angle. So there's enough play in it to. It is on an angle. Oh, I know why, because this bracket's different. Yeah. I couldn't go any further anyway, so
Cool.
we'll see how it works.
Mhm.
Yeah. The wheel goes in, locks it in place. I don't like that though. I don't like that it's on an angle. Yeah, I didn't have much room to drill here, so I had to drill kind of. I should have moved this one back a little bit. Okay.
Going on the road.
All right.
Going on the road.
One more thing done.
Going on the road with Harley and Mona. RV broke.